Gender bending is just the start. In the late 1920s and early 1930s, cross-dressers and drag queens and infamously risque nightlife performers ran the subversive LGBT fringe.
What does it mean, this flattery sweet?
Deemed the pansy craze, sizzling acts of exaggerated femininity and campy drag characters surged to underground popularity.
I have a right to show my color, darling. I am beautiful, and I know I'm beautiful.
Staples of the pansy craze remain just as sensational today.
Really out there sometimes. And sometimes I'm just a basic, beautiful lady.
Drag culture has always been made rich by its diversity. But now, there's a new kind of queen making way to the spotlight.
My drag name is Velvet Easing. I'm 13 years old, and I use he, him pronouns in drag.
Drag makes me feel so just amazing. I remember the first time I ever did drag, February 19th, 2021, and I put everything on and I just felt like complete.
The popularity of the show RuPaul's Drag Race, debuted in 2009, is largely responsible for the so-called drag days.
The series introduced drag to a new generation and millions of viewers, and truly brought drag to the mainstream.
So I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race. I just watched for like so long, and I was just completely transfixed by it, and I was just so interested by the art and how it all like looked, and it was just so interesting to me.
The cheeks on the drag queen go blush, blush, blush.
Events where drag queens read children's books to families, dubbed Drag Queen Storytimes, are regularly hosted by libraries across the country.
I want my daughter to first be accepted for whoever she is and also accept everyone else. And then it makes the conversations easier because we have examples to say, oh, you know, when you went to that book reading, you know, X, Y, and Z, and kind of use it as an introduction.
I think that drag queens are fabulous storytellers for kids because we are these kind of magical unicorn versions of people that show kids that they could be anything that they want to be.
Being able to like expose, like being able to promote a safe space more than just for like, you know, adult queer men is really, really cool and important too.
Children, I worked with them for 30 years, and I don't want them to be perverted, and I don't want them to be destroyed. I don't want their minds to be filled with garbage.
It's abuse. But not everyone agrees that children have a place in drag to begin with.
A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on.
I want kids to be able to explore, but I also recognize that there are adults that want to exploit.
There's a satanic agenda of pedophilia being pushed.
This is not about who's doing the reading. This is about the 3 to 6 year old children.
I'm literally reading stories to kids, but they view me as some sort of sexual object, and that has more to do about the adult in the room that has the issue rather than the actual children. Because this is a safe environment for kids to be able to be whoever they want to be, and that scares people, and that is the part that they have a problem with.
I think people ultimately like associate drag with being something like sexual, which it is not at all. And I want to show people that I can be a kid and still do drag and express myself.
And I think it's important to, you know, continue to normalize gender identity and expression to kids as young as possible, because that's how you reduce stigma. And it's not only just a learning experience for the kids, it's a learning experience for the parents as well.
A lot of people are very concerned about sexualizing children, and maybe when they see images of fishnet stockings and other paraphernalia, other clothing that is associated with sexuality, in their minds they might wonder what's really going on.
Who could possibly resist the glitter and glam of drag culture? It's flirty and fabulous and unlikely to fade from the spotlight anytime soon. Different people with different perspectives will continue to wager different opinions on whether kids have a place in drag. But it's important to keep in mind that more drag kids are on the horizon, and they're here to bring a new wave of color, joy, and fantasy to the game.